So when we were at Starbucks, we were ordering a drink and the woman told me that we should go to Siargao, so I went on my phone and I looked at flights and they were really cheap, so Jim said, okay, let's go, and then we went. I'll do that again. Okay. Hello, welcome to Siargao. Jim, insert Siargao there. Siargao. One thing that they do on the planes here, I think it's like one airline, maybe Cebu Pacific, who we flew with, that just do this, but they have like a quiz. So they play a song and then you have to put your hand up if you know it, and you're supposed to say what the song is, but they don't give a shit. So as long as you put your hand up first, they just give you a prize. So Jim did this and he won a lovely bag. It's shit really, but I mean he didn't do anything to win it, so that's good, I guess. There are a shit ton of coconut trees on Siargao, literally everywhere you go. And one thing that I discovered whilst being here, which I thought was really interesting, Jim didn't seem to give a shit, but was that how coconut trees grow. So I could have assumed, okay, they grow from a coconut, but I didn't realise that they you have the coconut and the trees grow like a good, 4 foot or something, and there's still no roots. You can just pick it up and walk around. Yeah, I thought it was really interesting. This island's really well known for surfing, so people come from all over the world to come and surf here, and Cloud9 is probably their most famous surf spot. And at Cloud9 there's an observation deck, so it's quite cool. Even not being surfers ourselves, it was really nice to actually go out there. It was a beautiful beach as well, but also to watch some really experienced surfers do their thing. Yeah, it was really fun to watch. We came in October, so start of the monsoon season, so we did get a bit of rain. Wasn't too bad, and when it rains here it will be for like half an hour just absolutely mental, just completely piss it down, and then half an hour later it's fine, sunny and almost like it never happened. So for us actually, we quite like the rain, so we got best of both worlds. And in the evening there was loads of thunderstorms as well. The best one we actually saw was, we were just walking to dinner and we kind of spotted it off in the distance, so we walked down to the harbour where you could see it a bit better, and there was a thunderstorm on another island, so we couldn't hear it, but you could see all the lightning and the sky lighting up and the lightning bolts. It looked absolutely incredible. It was really, really amazing to see. And it was the first time I ever saw like an actual lightning bolt as well, and not just a flash of the sky, so that was a really cool experience for me. Siargao Lagoon is a famous lagoon here in Siargao, and you can go as part of an organised trip, but for us we found that was quite expensive and organised trips are never that fun, so we were like, right, let's do it ourselves. We drove on our scooter to Del Carmen, and then we hired a private boat, and the private boats actually sit 6 people, so we were like, okay, let's find some more people, make it cheaper for everybody. Walked out the office and thankfully we managed to find 2 other couples to come with us. And we decided to go to Siargao Lagoon, but also before then go to another little island called, I don't know how you pronounce it, so instead Jim will display the name on the screen, Kawahagan Island. There was actually stuff on the island, but we just decided to, we got off the boat, dropped our bags, took our clothes off and got freaky. No, took our clothes off, so we're in our swimwear, and then just went for a swim because the water was really nice. It was really, really see-through, but there was a bit of a current, so as you're kind of all just we're just chilling in the water and kind of floating and chatting, we were all kind of just being slowly pulled to the side. But that was nice. And then we went to Siargao Lagoon, and that's really famous for, there's a diving board that you can go and jump off, and people hire kayaks and paddle boards, and it was nice. There's a structure there, and it's the only structure in the lagoon, so that bit is obviously very touristy. There's a lot of people in one small space, but it was quite nice because once we hired the paddle boards we could just go off on our own, and we could have kind of peace and quiet and kind of get away from all the tourists a little bit, so that was really nice. And whilst we were there, Jim saw a jellyfish as well. In General Luna, I found a monthly magazine that they have, which is for tourists and locals, but in the back of it, there's actually a list of volunteer opportunities, and I found one where you can volunteer to read to local children. So it was Saturday, 8:30 a.m. we got picked up in a really cool, it's called like a jitney van, and we drove to a place called Santa Fe, set up on the beach, which was really cool, and we each chose like books that we wanted to read to the children, and at first the kids were a little bit tentative and kind of came over one by one and sat like right on the edge of the blanket, like not really sure what to do. But within about 10 minutes we were absolutely surrounded by children. They were reading all the books and like trying to chat to us and ask questions, and they were really sweet kids, and it was nice to interact with them, and their English as well, pretty much all the children, was amazing. And also we did a bit like a talent show, so we got split off into groups, and each group of children had a volunteer with them, and they had to think of something to present to the rest of the group. Jim did a really cool one. He got his kids to do like a human pyramid, and one kid did like a cartwheel. All the other groups just wanted to sing basically. So it was sweet, but yeah, it was a lot of singing. And yeah, it was a nice day for us. We got to hang out with some locals, but we were very tired afterwards. 3 hours with like 50 children is knackering. Bye! One of the days whilst we were there, we decided to hire some scooters and go for a drive. It's a really beautiful place to drive. The roads are quite flat, but also actually quite nice roads, like they're well built. And one of the things that we found whilst we were on our drive is in a little town called Masim, there's a coconut tree that sort of like curves over the water, and they've attached a bit of a ratchet looking swing to it. So you can climb up the coconut tree and then like swing and drop into the water. We went there, and then some guys that obviously work there do this all day, every day, and they were like doing backflips and cartwheels and everything off this swing. Jim bravely had a go. I chickened out because I didn't like that there was a crowd watching, so I was like, not for me. But Jim bravely had a go, and bless him, because he's quite tall, as he would like swing, his feet would just sort of hit the water and then would just drop. So he did give it a go 3 times, but yeah, each time I think maybe it was a bit too tall for the swing. We weren't really sure how long we'd be in Siargao for when we first arrived. We thought maybe like 5 nights, something like that, but to be honest, it's just everything that we want, we feel like is here. It's beautiful, there's lots of good veggie options, which was good for me, we're by the sea, people are really friendly. So what we thought would be 5 days has kind of turned into 3 weeks. So this is General Luna that you've just been listening to me talk about now, but we will also continue our journey on Siargao in the north, where we'll show you a bit more of the island in the next video. Bye! Go and eat it.